All right, it looks like we are just about ready for the awesome, the wonderful, the lovely Zadette Real Gamer % race. Let's go be real gamers and cheer on our 4 racers. Take it away.
Hello, everybody, and we are here with Zadette, joined by the lovely Corndan. I should probably introduce myself. Hi, I'm flannelkat. I'm not running this game, but I'm doing commentary along with Corndan. Say hi, Corndan.
Hello. Hello.
What can you really say about Zadette?
I'm just happy that I turned out to be a real gamer right before this run.
I'm really proud of you. It's an honor, and if y'all out there don't know,
this game is hard. You'll find out. It's great.
It's a mean video game, and I'm really here for it. I guess we could probably jump right into it, because the world needs to see more about Zadette immediately. So, I know our runners are ready. So, do you want to count us in, Corndan?
Sure. Let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So,
All right.
Imagine, if you will, a land, right, called Zadette, with a warrior named Zadette, who's saving a princess named Zadette.
Yeah, basically everything in this game is named Zadette. The snakes are named Zadette. Zadette's the warrior. Just, you can point in and say, hey look, Zadette.
So, this game, you'll notice the sprites are humongous. The game actually came about because Le Cub Dissect, the makers of the game, played China Warrior and said, what if we made a game with even bigger sprites than that?
I'm really honored that the TurboGrafx 16 just has so much in common with Zadette at this point. I want to shout out that spike that everyone just jumped over there. I know it's just a tiny spike on the ground and it's not like much, but actually clearing that spike reliably and on the first try and not stopping is a feat to be aware of. It is much harder than you think.
Yeah, those spikes are the Legos of the Zadette world. You step on them and you die. Inevitably, somebody will.
And you fall apart. You literally fall to pieces, and we'll probably see someone die at some point. So our runners there just stopped to fight the company mascot, which will help us unlock Real Gamer % in this run.
Yep. So Real Gamer %, the difference is in every world, their mascot is hiding in the background somewhere in the world. Right. If you get all 6, you unlock the super secret final boss, which we're calling Real Gamer Mode, because that's the name of the achievement you get when you beat them.
And once you beat this video game with Real Gamer Mode, you get to tweet and say, I am a real gamer, apparently.
You do, and I did too, and the devs are super excited about that for anything we get to.
Okay, we are on to our first boss. I 100% do not remember if he has a name. I don't think it's Zadette. But mostly we're going to keep slashing him until this eye starts flashing. Oof, we have a death there. But once the eye starts flashing, it's going to start shooting fireballs at you. And if you're spaced far enough away, you can kind of rhythmically swing to destroy the fireballs before they get you, and also hit the boss at the same time. The fireballs come out quicker than your sword swings, so you do need a little bit of space. Otherwise, these fireballs are just going to hit you in the knees. And Zadette is made out of paper mache, apparently.
Yeah, Zadette, like everything Zadette touches kills him because, you know, right, only forward, no backward, no defense, only offense. That's Zadette in a nutshell.
Yeah, Zadette is a game about determination, and in games where you are determined, you do not turn around and go left.
Right. And all the bosses, you know, this is kind of a tribute to all those old games you grew up with, at least, you know, I did, like Sword of Sedan and stuff. Like, all the bosses take like 40 hits. It's crazy.
And when you do finish a boss, you can die to make the animation go a little bit quicker to start the next stage.
Really, we just do it because it's funny.
And if you die too fast, you have to redo the boss fight, which I think is what happened on Neetsel's side, which is a shame.
So the game is pretty generous with lives in that there are infinite amount of them. You just hit continue. And it's pretty good with checkpoints. There's a checkpoint at the start of every level and then a checkpoint at the boss. So don't die during the level and you'll be fine. And then if you die during the boss, you know, you're just out the like 35 hits you have to put on the boss.
Oh, look, it's generously checkpointed. And there's 2. I love these little wiggle tentacles that come up and try to tickle your feet to death. They're very upsetting at times, but getting through this is pretty nice. You can make some quicker cycles. Sorry, I'm staring at us hitting the mascot again. We have gotten our second mascot.
So,
and what are the
point?
Go ahead.
You know, while we're making our way through the swamp here, right? You know, you might ask yourself, well, why Zadette? Why is the name Zadette? And apparently, according to the devs, it's the first thing they found. Healy and Arc Senpai were talking, mentioned something, and Healy heard Zadette. And in French, anything at the end of something is like the cute thing or feminine name. So they started laughing at the fact that this guy, you know, big muscular warrior, right, had a name with like a cute connotation.
This is our second boss. Not super complicated. You do want to only move forward just a little bit every time that tentacle pops up. Otherwise, you will make a floor on the floor itself starts to wear away wherever the tentacle pops up, and it always pops up below you. So you want to make sure you're not actually destroying parts of the floor where you have to make sweet jumps to actually live in the level. Yeah. So you just move forward just a little bit, but otherwise you just take swings at it. It'll try to shoot a projectile at you, but you know, you can handle it. You're Zadette.
Well, I think as we go to the next level, we might have time for a good donation. If you've got any?
Yeah. It would be my pleasure. There are plenty of donations coming through. We've got $25 from Echo, who says it's always awfully great to wake up to the awful block. One of my favorite things every year is catching it in the early morning. Thanks for starting my day off right. I think this is a very great start to the day, in my opinion.
It is. So we're now on level 3, where the big danger are the snakes now have hit points.
And there's spikes on the ceiling, which are the window to actually clear them is much more terrifying than it should be. But now we've got blue snakes that take a good old 3 hits to destroy.
And every time you swing your sword, they back up because the snake knows what you're trying to do.
Yeah, and these snakes are important later on. We're going to be very upset at them much later in the run. Hopefully we won't be upset at them, but we're going to be upset at them.
Inevitably.
This is some of my favorite music in the game, is this stage.
All the music in the game, right, you might be thinking to yourself, it sounds like it was made on the Genesis. And literally what they did is they've got a sound plugin that, perfectly cycles the Genesis sound chip. And so that's actually what they used to make all the music for this.
And I do want to point out, none of our runners have opted to do this, so we want the pure Zadette experience, but you can update basically all of the graphics in this video game just by editing a few files, and the devs have given us express permission to do this, but they do say you must edit the files in MS Paint and no other program. So that's the only way you're actually going to modify Zadette, is using MS Paint.
Right, that's the only approved method. However, they definitely made everything, all the sprites were made in Photoshop.
And then, welcome to our little Shadow Dragon boss. He's not too bad. He's got a few different attacks and he cycles through them. Like, there's no RNG throughout 90% of this game. And then that last 10% is basically all RNG.
Yeah.
It's going to try to stab us from below. It's going to try to say hi to us and shoot some projectiles out of its mouth. And then eventually it'll try to... The floor spike will come out, but you just need to jump over that.
And so what you'll see, too, with these is... all of the runners kind of, don't play it safe and go forward when those spikes come up. Like, going backwards is a little bit safer because you want a little bit of gap for when the dragon tries to spit stuff at you. But these guys are just so good, they don't have to worry about that.
And so this is our minecart section. We're going to call for donations in just a hot moment, but basically you're just going to ride this minecart over. There's some neat jumps, but you can actually get the minecart to not move if you land on the very edge of it and start walking through this stage, but it is literally impossible to clear it if you're not on the minecart. but feel free to hit us with some donations now. We're just going to be rolling through the stage, kind of literally.
It would be my pleasure to give you some more donations. $50 from Osaka424 saying thank you to all the GDQ staff for making AGDQ amazing as always and for allowing me to make my speedrun dream come true by accepting me for the awful block. I hope everyone enjoys these gaming gems as much as we have running them. Keep being awesome, yes you, and let's keep kicking cancer's butt. We have time for one more?
Oh yeah, go for it.
All right, we have $25 coming from The Legend of Dan, saying, always my favorite time of year watching these amazing and sometimes, air quotes, awful runs, but love them all. Let's show Cancer who is boss by ruining these amazingly awful games. Or sorry, running these amazingly awful games. Y'all really are just rolling right through this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we are. This is our minecart boss. It is, honestly, I think it's one of the easiest bosses in the game. If you're just aware of where the, when the top part glows red, maybe swing the sword at it. And as long as you're not stepping on the rotating blade, you're good. There's one blade in the actual level that, the spacing between running underneath it and not getting hit by the robot is just unbelievably tight. So, shout out to the runners that have gotten through that. This stage with the blue background has my favorite boss in it, so y'all can look forward to that. Also, we have paper mache bats now.
Yep. And the bats will fly at you when you get close enough. Otherwise, they'll just sit there. We also have rotating swords because that's clearly a trap that you have to worry about.
Absolutely. But this is in my head. I always call this like, oh, this is the vertical level. But we've got our blue snakes that you don't actually have to fight. Bats, spikes, moving platforms. We're going to try to hit some tight platform cycles here. And the runners have been talking about doing some really dangerous stuff in this stage, so we'll see what happens. They might do dangerous things.
One thing we haven't really talked about, but almost just came up with mooware, is that when you attack while you're jumping, you lose all forward momentum. And which is a problem when you're trying to play this game with a 6-year-old who thinks it's funny when you die.
Yeah. Shout out to corndan's child who routinely beats me at mini golf.
So I think this is one of the spots right here where mooware is at where they might try some risky things. I definitely tried some risky things at that spot.
All right, now we're heading into the when I saw this boss for the first time, I was a bit upset. It's a lot to look at, but it is much easier than you think. You really just have to stand on the left side of this first platform and swing away.
Yep.
And we will have to jump away from it very briefly, but I think
here's the here's the important part, right? If you thought to yourself, I like big sprites, but man, I wish the sprites were just bigger than Zadette. This is the boss for you.
What else is Zadette going to fight than things that are larger than Zadette? And mooware opting not to leap into the void to just secure actually beating the stage. And now we're in a flying stage. We don't have any ranged attacks, but we're certainly flying.
I hope they do one of the things here, right? So flying is just move up and down. So you can still hit the jump button if you're on the ground, and it doesn't put you anywhere. You just make the sound, and you can do it like all the time.
I didn't know that. This level does introduce a new enemy, which I lovingly call Snakeboat. I hate this enemy more than anything in the universe.
It's my absolute favorite enemy in the game.
It's so good looking, but it'll charge at you when you get close enough. And this level is a lot of managing when you want to activate enemies and when you don't want to activate enemies. Because you can't speed up Zadette swings, and there's a huge delay between when you can do another swing. So you need to make sure these swings count.
Yes. But I think, you know, now as they've kind of pretty well managed this, I think this is another good time. If you get another couple of donations, Amber, this would be a great time.
I would love to, as we use a raincoat that functions as wings now. I just want to remind everyone that the Discworld incentive to give the dog a bone is at 4,100, just over 4,100 for the 10,000 needed for that. And that closes fairly soon. You have through Zadette and Cranked Up to be able to meet that. Just a reminder that the dog would be really, really cute and would be really, really sad if he doesn't get a bone. So definitely get those donations in. We are running out of time for that incentive. Definitely give us a $5 hype train. I would love to see that. In fact, here's a start off. $10 from the Only Buck, who says, is there a $5 hype train coming into town? Buying 2 tickets for me and my friend ASAP477.
The only way a $5 hype train happens is if y'all make it happen. So let's get those donations in.
We got time for one more.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll get one more quick one. $50 from Anonymous, who says, awful block, best block. Couldn't agree more.
So there's a snake boat here, but there's another. You think you're done with this stage and can just kind of run off to the right, but no, there's just another enemy there waiting for you.
One more snake boat.
All right, so we're heading into the. There's no boss at that stage. I guess snake boat existing in the stage at all is the boss. But we're heading into this stage, which is just kind of it's a straight shot across the world, and it's a kind of a reprieve of all of the enemies in the game, really. Because what's going to stop Zadette if nothing else did, other than just sending, like, I'll send 6 of the same enemy over and over.
You know, those snakes that haven't been a problem yet, let's send, like, all of them.
Maybe if enough of them go, they will cause a problem. They have caused problems for me. This is our cruise across the Rune City. It's a good time here. Corndan, you have a Zadette fact for us.
I am looking up the Zadette facts here. Right, you know, so one of the other ones that was really interesting is one of the developers here, Arc Senpai, was I want to be the guy runner. And so this game used to be a lot harder than it is.
Really?
Right, they had constantly lowered the difficulty balance, right, on that.
I kind of want to play Zadette hard mode now that I hear about this. We'll see if that's a future update one day.
They also said some of the game design was hard because nothing can show up from the left and everything that's not on the floor must be destroyable. So there was a big thing on how do they create the diversity. The graphic design wasn't really hard, but they wanted some classics like a strange humanoid, an octopus, some dragons in water. But, you know, it didn't play out, so this is what we ended up getting. Right, because in every retro game, you play a small character against a giant enemy. Zadette's already so big, which is why that Stage 5 boss was humongous.
All right, we are moving into, if this was only regular gamer person, this would be the final boss. There is still no RNG in this game so far. When this boss dies, it's RNG time though, so get excited for that. But it is going to be the exact same pattern, some fireballs from the top, some enemies out of its mouth. It's been a while since I've run this game, but you'll see the pattern, don't worry.
Yeah, this is a pretty so it's kind of a pain. There's a couple of things in here that I found pretty annoying, right? Like playing it through casually when you're trying to figure out kind of right about where NPC is. When it starts dropping like the singular ones from the top, right? Just planning that out. But there's no RNG here.
And this boss has the most health in the game, I believe, or is it the final boss?
Let me check.
This thing has at least double the other boss's health, if not triple. And it takes a while to go down.
This boss has 90 health, which is 50% more than any other boss in the game.
Yeah, and it's not particularly more challenging once you know the pattern, but it is just basically a endurance match.
Yeah, a lot of it is like when you get greedy, essentially, right? Like the pattern's consistent. It's not hard to work through, you know, right? Even playing it casually, you'll get it after a couple of tries, right? But a lot of it is, you know that this boss has a lot of health. And so you know, you want to manage that. So you want to get all the hits you can, and inevitably something drops on your head.
And now we're in the second phase, which shout out to transcribes. Let's see some flags in chat. Let's go. But we're in the next phase of the fight, and now it's RNG time. This is still not the final boss. There is one more boss after this, but we're going to have lightning that tracks you. And eventually, yeah, it's going to spawn enemies, and it spawns a certain amount every phase, and the amount it spawns is more and more each time it goes through the phase. And what we really want to look out for, I know NPC hates to see blue snakes. I hate to see Snakefoot, personally.
So, you know, it looks here like Neetsel is behind, right? These last two bosses are an easy place to catch up. And with this, I think this is another good time for a couple more donations, right? While we work through the randomness of avoiding lightning.
Would be my pleasure once more. $5 coming from Honey Hyena saying, can we get a $5 Zadette going on? This is amazing. And $250 from @Daniel saying, I don't know what I'm watching, but I love it. and honestly, big mood.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a death. We're going to go back just to the beginning of the last phase here, so we don't lose too much time. But the boss is basically one big auto-scroller. It is still anyone's game right here. Even if one person beats this far and away faster than anyone else, that final encounter that we have paid for with real gamer %, that's going to be the decision maker.
Yep. So we got time for another donation.
I'm looking at some of these donation comments. They are great, including this one that says that is $25 from Sleeping Panda that just says comments. Thank you so much for that donation. And an anonymous, or sorry, not anonymous, a no comment $250 donation from Golden Devil 1711. Thank you for that generous donation. And we are at, just check again. Go ahead.
So
yeah,
NPC here just beat the game like what you would normally do, where he saved the princess Zadette. It's not time. There's still more.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, but we have saved Zadette in the land of Zadette, so Zadette and Zadette can be happily married in the Zadette moment. But the credits are going to play, so maybe get one more donation in there, and then we're going to talk about the ultimate challenge.
Sure. We have $10 from Zoe GQ that says AGDQ is one of my favorite annual events, and Discworld is my favorite book series. Would love to see them combined. Thanks so much for all the good y'all do. Less than 3.
All right,
we have our
go ahead.
Our second normal gamer completion, right, is TenMicu, but we're not done yet.
Zadette has to face his creator now, which is this giant punching bag. Which the enemy attacks are completely random. He's got about 4 or 5 attacks he can do, and we just never want to see those spikes. When the spikes pop up on the ground, they stay there for a while, and basically, if he just puts them in front of him, he's just playing keep away and delaying the fight. He can punch them away, and eventually they disappear on their own. And really, we want to see, if a spike comes up, we want to see a blue punch right away.
This is not what we wanted to see with the spikes, though.
Oh, no. Now it's going to blow the wind back and forth. And with 2 spikes behind you and in front of you, terrifying. Completely terrifying. And on top of all of this, when the fight nears a completion, the delay between all of the boss's attacks basically gets removed. So it'll go one attack into another one.
And it doesn't really tell you. But after 10 cycles of the boss, right, you get to this...
Flashing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of flashing during this attack specifically.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead with yours.
You get this laser attack. Anytime you touch one of those lasers, you die. And so you're likely to do two things. Jump too early to avoid the bottom laser and then hit it on the way down. Or jump too late and it just owns you before you get up.
Yeah. So when I streamed this game, thanks to NPC gifting me a copy ages ago, I had a song I sang during the laser thing, which the only lyric was "Don't jump," and it basically just went "Don't jump, don't jump, don't jump." And it was because I kept jumping too early and landing into the ground laser, which NPC now lovingly calls the cat jump. So at least I've got a mistake named after me.
So now we've just gotten everybody to face our creator, and so it's still anybody's game.
Yeah, we've seen some deaths on the creator already. This boss is mean. It is very good.
I'll be honest, I think I spent, right, out of all my time in this game, literally half my time on this game has been on this boss.
Oh yes, same. I spent the entire, basically, if it took me 4 or 5 hours to beat this game, I probably spent 2.5 of that on this boss.
Can I just ask, is this supposed to be the sandbag from Smash Brothers?
So it's actually the logo for like Club de Sax, right, who are the developers for this game, but it looks like the sandbag from Smash Brothers.
Yeah, if it had a mouth and, you know, hands and some anger
Endless
issues.
Evil?
Yeah, Endless Evil. That sounds right.
That punching bag was working out.
It's tired of being punched. It wants to do the punching.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another death. This is to be expected from this boss, though. It is an RNG fest, and it is very difficult.
This is actually exactly why this estimate is high for this game. It's not the rest of the game, it's literally this boss.
Do you mind if I do a quick Discworld check-in, or... Oh, actually...
Yeah, go for it. If this boss dies, then we might need to... Oh, wait, no, we've got to... Wait, TenMicu is done.
Yeah.
Time is
TenMicu,
coming
that's
up
time for
very,
TenMicu.
very soon on TenMicu's screen. It's when a diploma appears on the screen.
Yeah.
Which is going to be... time for TenMicu. That is an incredible time. Just getting this game under 30 minutes alone is just an unreal task.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, that is
Can you hear me?
incredible.
Hey! I'm first.
You did it! Congratulations!
Wow. Okay. Well, I had that death on the bright phase. But other than that, I'm very happy how it went. Oh boy.
And we have another kill on whose screen is that? That's Mooware's screen.
Mooware.
So Mooware's time is coming up very soon. When that same diploma shows up, that'll be time for Mooware.
Can we get a round of
Yeah,
applause?
Can I switch a rook?
Hi.
Anywhere.
Hello.
There he is. Hey.
Ooh, exciting. I'm guessing I'm second place.
You are
Yes.
second. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are first. That bit bad came after, so that's okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Switcheroo.
So how y'all feeling? That was a really back and
good
forth
run.
race a lot of the time. Well, I guess I could ask you, how are you all feeling when you all are here? Because
Amazing.
we've got another kill.
Another kill coming up for NPC.
NPC's time is coming very shortly when that diploma's on screen. Going for the dramatic ending. And that is time on NPC's side. So let's get some cheers on for Neetsel out there in chat. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
There it is.
Hey.
Immediately fueled by positive vibes. Time is coming up for Neetsel.
Sweet.
And that's This thing always takes longer to come out. That's time.
Yeah.
So now we have 4 in front of everybody in the Awful Block. We have 4 greatest players in the world. So let's get a big round of applause in chat for our runners here today. That was just an incredible race. And I think I've got all 4 of you here. How are all 4 of you feeling?
I was feeling really well until the final boss.
Yeah,
Then greed took in and I kept dying.
I'm just happy. I got death on Pride Face. Other than that, everything went as I wanted.
There were a bunch of deaths on the Pride boss.
Yeah.
So at least you've all got that in common.
Yeah, same for
Okay.
me.
Yeah, I got a several deaths throughout the run. It wasn't a great run and really bad RNG at the
It was
end.
still a good run at 28 minutes.
I'm happy that I made it through, especially with these really nasty patterns that the boss gave me. Yeah, it was great. So hope you enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
That was a fantastic race. There was a lot of lead changes the entire time.
So how did everyone do stage 5? Did you use the new strats?
No.
I used your strat, so
I use my old jump over the snake strat. Okay, so
Yeah, we just discovered that what I just did, I just did it today, so we apologize.
All right.
Uh,
Friends, we had an amazing race today. Thank you so much for joining us all. Please go follow our runners. Donate to AGDQ. If y'all got any closing marks, go for it. Otherwise,
I'd
I've
like to
been your
give
lovely host.
the shout outs to Polish Discord community and GSPS. You guys are great. Thank you very much.
Shout out to Kusa Grande community and Big Bad Gameathon. They're always showing the greatest of bad games.
yeah, same on my side. Already did my shoutouts, and thanks to Corndan and Flannelkat for commenting.
My pleasure.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here. Thanks for having us. Thanks for the commentary.
Thanks so much, everybody. Y'all stay tuned for, I guess, not Awful Block. So keep tuned for actually good games, hopefully.
But this
Yeah,
was
just-
good.
Thank you all so much for that incredible Zadette race. That was honestly a nail biter there. But I just want to give you all a check-in on that Discworld incentive real quick. $4,700 out of $10,000. And I've been told that it looks like it is going to close at the end of the Discworld run since it is a post-game incentive. So definitely keep those donations coming in. We have $5 from Skills McFly saying, Nick, Knack, Patty Wag, give the dog a bone. And y'all should donate $5 too to that incentive to give the dog a bone. He'll be very sad if he doesn't get a bone. So definitely get those donos in. $15 from Zion Phoenix saying, feed that dog. And $25 from Shark Sandwich saying, oh, Awful Block, what a way to start the work day. My heart goes out to these brave runners. Please know that your noble sacrifice is for a good cause. Thank you. And it looks like we have a prize segment for you all, so give it up for Mr. Game and Shout, delivering all the hot prizes. Take it away, Shout.
Thank you so much, Amber, and fantastic to hear you on the mic. Good morning, everyone. Here we go again. It is Thursday. It is Awesome Games Done Quick 2022 online. I think I got both the day and the year right, but I'm sure I'll find out in chat later if I didn't. I am Mr. Game and Shout, and I want to talk to you about some of the amazing prizes that we have during this awful block. Now, all of the prizes that I'm going to be showing you, unless I state otherwise, are available from now through the end of Discworld, which is not that far away. We've only got, I think we got Cranked Up next, and then Discworld. I want to have a chat with you about Discworld. Like, seriously, hey, Richard, do me here. Bring it in a little bit. I want to talk. Everybody, I'm going to be real with you here. I'm a dog person. I like dogs. Dogs are great. Dogs are the greatest thing that humanity has ever invented. It's the only thing that we as a species has ever made that loves us. And that's incredible. Dogs are perfect. We need to give the dog a bone. We're still about, what are we at, 5? Are we closing in on that? I think we're about 5K away from giving that dog a bone. I need your help here. Do it for the dog. Please. Okay, that said, all these prizes available through the end of Discworld. Let's take a look at what we've got. From Pearl Pop. Again, they hooked us up this event. It's incredible. We have a Magikarp. Look at the detail work on this. The level of color gradient in the perler beads that make up the pixels of this thing. The melt is just a beautiful matte. This looks like it's ready to go off and evolve all on its own. I'm going to hope that it doesn't do that in shipping because, I know we ship these things pretty well, but I don't think we're insured for that. $5 minimum donation gets you in to win this. Thank you so much, Pearl Pop. From Rex Tech, we have this Awesome Games Done Quick 2022. Stay home and watch AGDQ 2022 print. Home is where the heart is and where I am still paying off my mortgage to Tom Nook. $10 minimum donation gets you in to win this. Thank you so much. Miss Scarlett Tanager has sent us in a pair of wonderful prints. We have The Sword in the Stone and The Lost Ocarina. I think I've got those both the right way up. $10 minimum donation gets you in to win each of these. They are separate prizes. Thank you so much, Miss Scarlett Tanager, for sending that in. If it's a little bit cold where you are, and I know it's a little bit cold where I am, for a $15 minimum donation, Gwendy Wook and Rachel Curry have you hooked up. We have a pair of Legend of Zelda hats and a wonderful set of little fingerless Triforce gloves. I'm not going to try to put these on because I have giant boss monster hands, so we're going to skip that. $15 minimum donation gets you in to win these. Thank you so much, Gwendy Wook and Rachel Curry, for sending those in. Last but not least, from Iggy Zig, finder of lost relics, delver of places that should be forgotten, and recoverer of treasures that should stay lost. Maybe. We have this TigerGame.com. You saw it in action earlier this morning. I'm sure that you were impressed with it, and now you can have one. I'm going to open this to prove to you it is not just the box. It is an actual functioning, for appropriate values of the word, game.com with a Sonic Jam cartridge. $25 minimum donation gets you in to win this. Seriously, thank you, Iggy Zig. This is an amazing find. In all seriousness, this is awesome. So thank you so much. You can find out more information about these and all of the other prizes we have available right now on the website, gamesdonequick.com. If you're there on the website, the prizes link is somewhere around up here. The donate link is around up there. These are a useful pair of links. I recommend keeping them close at hand. We also have a day prize available right now through the end of Crossbeats. We have a Awesome Games Done Quick 2022 Awful Block banner. LLK's artwork, amazing as always. Definitely head out to the website and check that out. Don't forget about our grand prizes as well. Two of them this week, both of them a $250 cumulative donation. We've got the Skytech Gaming Mark 9 PC, absolute rocket ship. And we have the Heroic Replicas, Legend of Zelda Grand Prize Pack, the Dark Link Master Sword, the Hylian Shield, and the Megaton Hammer. You get all three if you win. $250 cumulative throughout the week. We add up all your donations. If it meets or exceeds $250, you are in to win both of those. So please, get those donations in. Clearly you have been. We are almost at $1.1 million on a Thursday morning. That is incredible. While you're on the website, you can also check out some of the incentives that we have open that you can be putting your donation towards. Of course, we've got the Circle of the Moon bonus at Magician Any % run. We're about 8.5K from that. Bonus Game 5, Resident Evil Village later today. We are last check at about 27,000 out of the 170,000 we need for that. And again, Discworld, give the dog a bone. Come on, it's a dog. You love dogs. If you don't love dogs, love them enough for now. Please. That's going to be it for me. I'm going to hand you back over to Amber. I have been Mr. Game and Shout. Thank you all so much. We'll see you later.